The killing of Michael Brown in Ferguson, Missouri, in August of 2014 sparked a social justice movement which mobilized under the banner Black Lives Matter. That same year, the Mindy Joe News Show held a symposium on the brink of Ferguson, the state of the black man in America, featuring the Honorable Reverend Jesse Jackson. From that symposium in 2014 to ongoing protests sparking in 2020, the question still remains: do Black Lives matter? And if they matter, where's the police reform to validate that they matter? Or will many continue to mobilize under the social justice banner with no letters of police reform into law?
Do something. Do something.
Hello, my name is Tamara Wilson. I live in Alexandria, Virginia, and I am concerned at the way we are policing, or the way the police is just mistreating people for peaceful protests. And I'm really disheartened at the way the police in Ferguson are reacting to this. Not just in Ferguson, but all throughout the United States. The police force has been reacting to the American people with unnecessary levels of force. And I hope that this movement turns into something where people are raising the concern and getting more active in the community and protesting against the American police force, the militarization of the American police force. I don't believe that we should be using weapons from wars that we did not want to fight in the first place. We should not be stockpiling those weapons and using them on the American people. So just because we have these AK-47s and tanks laying around does not mean that we should be turning them and using them on the American people. And I'm really concerned, and I want the American people and our politicians and our concerned citizens to take a stand against it, because it's just wrong.
Sure. Okay. My name is Sri Katragada. I'm a lawyer and I live in D.C. And I grew up relatively comfortably, and I never had these generally never had these terrible police interactions. And only later, as I went through life and I got educated and I took classes on critical race theory, and I learned about the way in which especially black communities are treated by the police. The racial disparities in our criminal justice system, the way in which they're brutalized. I had no idea in terms of my childhood, and now I've come to learn, and I can't unlearn it. I know too much now, and now hopefully the rest of the country sees it too, in terms of these images that are coming out of Ferguson, in terms of militarized equipment, people, police pointing their guns at peaceful protesters. I saw a picture of a laser sight pointed at someone's back. I mean, this is ridiculous that peaceful protesters are being treated with in this way, and we have to make a change. We have to demilitarize these police units. We have to have, I think we need to have cameras on the police vests everywhere, which is something that's been tried in Rialto, California, and they're talking about it for the NYPD. We need to end this he said, she said of what happened, because the police always have a story about how they had justifiable reasons to use force, and then when it's a he said, she said, the courts end up deferring to the police position. With the video, we won't have that. We'll have clarity on the truth of what actually happened with these encounters, and the cameras have been shown to greatly reduce the abuse of police power. And finally, we need community policing. We need police that look like the communities that they're supposed to be serving. And look at the racial disparity in Ferguson, where you have a majority black population.
Saying that this is black versus white, that this is someone is bullshit. This is the police versus all of us. This is the police versus every citizen who they like to beat down every day.
My name is Chiketse Brown. I'm in a local band, Acme. Basically, I feel like all crime and all murder is wrong. In reference to black-on-black crime and a police killing a black kid, I think it all comes down to accountability. The government, their motto is, the police is protect and serve. So we want to be protected and served because we pay tax dollars to them. And it's just the whole pretense. It's like the context that it's in. We're brought here in slave ships. So that anger is just built up over years and years and years. So it means a lot more. It still means the same thing with a black-on-black crime because that's just violence and hatred anyway. I think all of it needs to stop. Realistically, is it? I don't really know. But, I can speak personally and I'll say that I don't believe in killing my brother. I don't believe in killing anybody. I believe everybody's my brother. But I believe with the general public, the idea is, the difference is people get angry because of police killing a young black child is because it's an accountability thing. Not saying that a black man doesn't have accountability, but we're supposed to, if we can't trust the government, it's like, who can we trust? We can't really trust anybody. So I believe that's the mindset of my demographic, the young black man.
Motherless child. Sometimes I feel like a motherless child. Sometimes I feel like a motherless child. A long way from home. Precious Lord, take my hand and lead me on. Help me stand. I am tired. I am weak. I am worn. Through the storm, through the night, lead me on to that light. Take my hand, precious Lord, and lead me on.
Hi, I'm Shayna, and I'm with Pursuit of Nappiness. I came out today just to be in unity with my people. After all that we've been through, I feel that it is my job to carry on the movement that stopped in the 60s. My parents did their job. It's now time for us, this generation, young people, to carry it on. It shouldn't have died. And everybody out here is here about love and peace and just seeking real justice, because we're all here in this world, and to me, we should all have the right to live freedom.
Why do we got GMOs in America? Why are GMOs banned everywhere else except America? So, a Democrat is the president now, right? A Democrat, he's in office right now. What's he doing?
It's because Honora was wearing a shirt and came up and was like, you like Obama? And she's like, yeah. Like,
what I want to know is, why are GMOs allowed in the United States and not allowed in Europe?
It's like with Moms Against Man Action. She's like the regional outreach person, so she's like, hi.
Like I said, it's a select group of people that's controlling. Like I said.
Like, he's not trying to take you guys. I wish he was. I wish he was.
Hi, I'm Devin Barrington Ward. I'm one of the many organizers who put on, who helped to put on tonight's visual and demonstration to honor the life of Mike Brown, the young man who was tragically gunned down in Ferguson, Missouri last week, and to honor the lives of all of the other black and brown people who have had their lives taken away from them by the police. And so tonight's demonstration was very, very successful. We had on Facebook about 1,900 people confirmed. Many people found out about the event 20 or 30 minutes before. And so it was an opportunity for people to come together for collective healing, for people to come together and express their anger, for people to come together and express their sadness, and for people to come together and figure out what's next. And so as we move forward, some of the things, there are various organizations. The organization that I'm a part of and serve as the chapter co-chair, the Black Youth Project 100, is one of those organizations. To find out more about us, you can visit us on the web at byp100.org. That's byp100.org. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Jessica Puckett. I am a sophomore community health education major. I attend Howard. I'm actually from St. Louis, Missouri, so this stuff is happening in my hometown, so it hits very hard. And I've got family there, and it could have been my brother. I went to school in Ferguson for 8 years of my life, so it's just very surreal. And I mean, I wish that in a place that I grew up, I could feel like I could trust the police. I've walked the streets there, and I've seen the police, and I know what it's like, and it's just a very scary feeling to feel like I can't trust who are put in place there to protect us. It's just, I don't know. So I'm here at Howard because I feel like this is the Mecca. It's the place for black students to come together, because in St. Louis I don't think there's a lot of opportunities for me to really make a positive change and, come together. Like, this is amazing. And it's very touching. It's very emotional. So.
Peace. I'm Kariga Bailey. I'm from Sacramento, California, but I'm an educator here in D.C. I'm the Dean of Students at Options Public Charter School. This sign, truth is, we're all just one bullet from being a hashtag. On June 13th, my brother Kareem Johnson, an educator in Sacramento, California, was gunned down. And right around that time, I was recording a record dealing with police brutality. And when I realized that the hurt had infiltrated us by melanated people, it was really hurtful. And I wasn't sure exactly where the enemy was residing. Was he hiding in us? Was he hiding in the system? So this was just to bring awareness that it doesn't matter where that bullet comes from. That bullet is attached to a monster of hurt, a monster of pain, and a lack of self-worth that can transform a whole life, that can transform a community. And I'm still not done healing from my brother, but I couldn't be silent while I knew that God was taking me through a place of healing. And honestly, there's a lot of hurt people out here today. And I've come to find out that the enemy really brushes against hurt people, so he could try to influence you to retaliate with anger and vengeance. But that was consuming me from the inside. So this is to remind us all that this is really about healing more than anything else. And if we don't heal, we're all one bullet away from being a hashtag.
Hello, my name is Hannah Alem. I'm a sophomore political science major from St. Louis, Missouri. This hits home with me as well, just because I am from St. Louis. And also, the thing is, with the Mike Brown situation, it took it to happen in St. Louis for me to get involved. And I don't want other people to wait till it's their friend or their hometown. You got to get involved now. And I feel like Howard is a great place because it brings everyone together and on common issues, African American issues, to deal with these kind of situations. So that's it.
Hi, I'm Emma Dixon. I am a sophomore TV production major from Denver, Colorado, and this really, really hits home, not because I'm from St. Louis, Missouri, but I come from a town that's a very predominantly white community, and so I don't have these opportunities often, and coming to Howard has brought so much light into my eye about the African American community and how there are still so many civil rights issues in America today that are not being touched on and are being pushed like under the rug, and this has brought so much light to my eyes and how we still need to make a change as a community, and we need to come together and unify as one, and how important this is to be educated about what's going on. So yeah, thank you.
Hello, I'm Melanie Evans. I am a sophomore speech-language pathology major from Tulsa, Oklahoma. I decided to go ahead and go to this event because it did touch home, just like Emma. I'm in the Midwest, and it's a very red state. So had I have not went to Howard or an HBCU or even came to, the DC area, I probably wouldn't have really known, or I probably would have still been very naive about how oppressed African Americans still are, because I didn't realize it until I came out here and went to Howard. Just this vigil right here made me really realize that we are still oppressed. And it breaks my heart that, my black brothers, still have to walk around being afraid for their lives just because of the color of their skin. Even my educated brothers had to be afraid to walk around and get shot. So I'm just praying. I'm just going to keep praying, and I'm going to keep going to these things. And just like Dr. Carr said, I'm going to hold the clenched fist in my head and keep the power movement going.
Good evening. My name is Palisa Pryor, and I am a theater arts major with a concentration in acting, and I'm all the way from Johannesburg, South Africa. This is a big eye-opener for me, especially coming from another country. But my mom did grow up during apartheid, so I've always been taught that it's important to fight for what's right and fight for what you believe in. And I did grow up in South Africa, so I have seen the change of what standing up for people's rights can do. And being a part of something like this, actually getting to experience it, I understand what she's talking about, and now I know how powerful it is. And just coming to an event like this is really inspired me just to get more involved. And I think that we do need to fight back. This is ridiculous. I don't want to live in a world where my son has to be afraid to go anywhere, even if he is educated. Something needs to be done about it. So I'm very proud to be a Howard student and to be at this event, especially from out of the country.
I can only speak as a white person, but when I hear justice or else, I feel like a lot of people in my position have been very complicit in a system that does not respect the lives of black people and brown people. And I think it's really important that we stand up and recognize that justice is vital for everyone, and that we've been complicit in that system for far too long.
Thank you. If you look at this situation, look at all the people who are allowed to freely walk the grounds of the Capitol. And we can't. But for some reason, people of a certain skin color or saying a certain thing, or calling out the abuses of this country and what it does to Black and Latino youth suddenly cannot be allowed on the grounds of the Capitol. What does this say about this country? This system has no future for the youth. Fuck the system! It has no place for the lives of Black and Latino youth. They have no place up there. We can't even put their coffins on the stairs. Beginning of throughout society, this being a line that's drawn. We're rising up all over the country where actions like this lead into this October. Society being ripped apart on this question. This is about damn time. Because we all know our lives matter. Lives fucking matter. The system doesn't count them for shit. So you know what? Fuck this system. Get with the revolution. Get with Rise Up October in the effort to clean this in society and bring this together this October.
We get organized every day.
All right, so justice or else for me means if we don't get justice for the injustices that are happening to our people, then it would not be business as usual. We will shut the streets down. We will be loud. We will be disruptive. We will do what we have to do for you guys to hear our cry, and that's what it means to me.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Well, specifically, I think we all know it appeals most to people of color, trans people of color, people who are dealing with racism, sexism, and all types of inequality. As you can see, we are being killed off. It is genocide and terrorism. They don't call it that because they want to deem us as violent, but we're not violent. We're not violent. We just have a cause. We're tired of being killed in the street. We're tired of dying. We're tired of going to work every day and not being acknowledged for this. We need justice or else.
Tasha McKenna.
Just a few of many. This could be one of us in this. This could be one of us. Any of us. All right. Billy Faye. That's it. Yeah. Are we ready? These tributes. Remember, this is a few of many. This doesn't represent everybody. These are a few of our voice, like known cases. Put it that way, but there are many dying. Please know that. Please know. Do your research. There's stories about. There's people who they shoot. They put an article out and won't put their name in it. Don't forget there are more. 8 hours. All right. 8 hours. So we have Ayana Jones, age 7. We have a teddy bear. What you say his name? We have Sam DeVoe. For him, we have his birth license plate. Age 43. Sandra Lynn, age 28. We have cigarettes and a turn signal to represent her. We have Trayvon Martin, age 17. We have Skittles and Arizona Tea to represent him. Eric Gardner, age 43. When there's a final word. Freddie Quinn, say his name. Freddie Quinn, say his name. Freddie Quinn, say his name. I don't have a gun, stop shooting. Ayana Jones, say her name. Ayana Jones, say her name. Ayana Jones, say her name. What are you following Ayana Jones, won't you say her name? Sandra Bland, say her name. Sandra Bland, say her name. Sandra Bland, it's not real. Sandra Bland, won't you say her name? Say her name. Say her name. Say her name. Please don't let me die. Come on, say her name. Say her name. March 13th, say her name. Say her name. Tamir Rice, 12, November 22nd. One right now, we're doing it together. If we get woke, if we educate ourselves, if we educate each other, we can do this. This ain't over. Woo! What exactly comes to your mind?
When I think justice for else, I think we need to start giving police the kind of justice that drug dealers get, the kind of justice murderers get, because that's what they're doing to black people. So if we don't get it, if they don't get the repercussions that the normal people, that the people on the streets are getting, then we need to shut some shit down. That's the only answer.
I feel like we shouldn't feel frightened by police officers. We should feel safe, and recent cases don't make us feel safe. That's not right. Like, it doesn't make any sense to me. So justice means safety, but there's no safety. I don't think so.
All right, thank you so much.
Do you need water?
Violence, chaos. I got punched in the head by one.
Here are the rules. I'm going back, forward, left, right. Okay? Here's the other rule. Keep your hands in your pockets. I have the mic. I don't need you holding. Okay? So I'm back here. I need a question, not a comment, not a sermonette. I will cut you off if you got a question. Do you have a question? Name, where you from, your question.
All right, my name is Mindy. I'm with the DCVoice.com. And our question is, should more notable hip-hop figures speak up about police brutality? Is this a requirement or simply discretion?
Troy, answer the question.
What is a Talib Kweli lead by way of example? The black man in this country got the right to vote before the white female. What is Talib Kweli? Not vote or encourage other young people to vote. If you're asking me about hip-hop or rap artists, does that answer your question?
Yes. A little, sort of, but.
The question was, should we hold our hip-hop artists accountable?
Yeah.
I think the answer is yes, right? I think the answer is absolutely yes. And I have also been very critical of hip-hop artists as well. However, I will say this. I am also a supporter of hip-hop artists who do speak up, right? So I think there's a few different layers to this. And I think that if you look, there are a lot of hip-hop artists who are saying things, right? If you're hip-hop, then you know this, right? So if you're hip-hop, as I know that I am, you know that there's an artist named Tef Huff, who was one of the first responders.
Never gonna let you go, never gonna say goodbye, no. Never gonna give you up, I'm never gonna let you go, never gonna say goodbye, no. Never gonna give you up, never gonna give, never gonna give, never gonna give, never gonna give you up, never gonna give, never gonna give. Never gonna say goodbye, no.
United protests all around the world, even here in Washington, D.C., where Black Lives Matter was honored with a plaza and street sign. But where's the police reform legislation for President Trump to sign?
In my opinion, justice or else means that we need justice now, or this is going to happen. It's going to be more than this. It's going to be bigger than this. And this is now. Yeah, this is now.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Never gonna give you up, I'm never gonna let you go, never gonna say goodbye, no. Never gonna give you up, I'm never gonna let you go, never gonna say goodbye, no. Never gonna give, never gonna give, never gonna give you up, never gonna give, never gonna give, never gonna give, never gonna give, never gonna give you up, never gonna give, never gonna give. Never gonna give, never gonna give you up, never gonna give, never gonna give, never gonna give you up, never gonna give. Never gonna say goodbye, no.